It is a lovely Saturday, of course. Welcome to Lumen Morning Diary. Apologies for starting a show slightly late due to technical fault. My name is Henry Mdenda, and in the studio, I am with my two presenters, Alice and General. Good morning, Alice.
Good morning, Henry.
Good morning, General.
Good morning, Henry. Good morning, Alice.
Good morning, General.
And good morning to our lovely viewers.
Yes.
As you can see, our viewers, we are putting on the Veritas t-shirts, looking very colorful in the studio. As you may know that starting from the 22nd of September 2025 through up to the 27th of September, which is the last day today, it has been the insurance week. I'm sure you've seen these insurance companies ads on social media, as well as on television, on radios. You've seen all such happening and sensitizing you about the insurance, of course, running under the theme insurance, supporting financial resilience in communities, which is the insurance. Because many of the times people do know that insurance companies are only for vehicles, but yet in the studio we'll be joined by a very wonderful team from Veritas Zambia that will give us many of the benefits of insurance, and we are here to hear more from them.
Have you insured your lives and your properties, guys?
It's very important. You're right.
Yeah.
Health insurance is very important.
You know, when we talk about the funeral insurance, people always say, nah, we shouldn't be focused. But like Kenya said, our guests from Veritas will actually explain more. They'll tell us more, and we'll get to understand about these insurances. It's not always about vehicles. Insurance, but even houses, you can insure your house, you can insure your company. Have you done that?
Yes.
The only thing that I've done myself is to insure my life.
No.
Yeah, my life is insured. You know, many of the times that when someone dies, hey.
But you know, the funny part is that I don't know if you've observed this. The funny part is that when somebody dies, bantu amasonka. When you're sick, bantu amasonka. I don't know why it's like that. But anyway, to be on the safe side, it's very important that you insure yourself, you insure your healthy, you insure even like funeral insurance are very important. I think these are the things that one needs to know and understand.
For sure. You know, sometimes insurance is key. Many of the times insurance is key. Our dearest viewers, in case you've just joined us, those that have joined us through Facebook, YouTube, don't forget to share. We have a very important and hot stories to talk about in the studio, ranging from the trends that you've seen during the week, those trends that you hold your phone, watched and laughed. We get to talk about them here as well. And don't forget that yesterday, the national proposed budget, it's a proposed budget, but it has never failed. That's what I know. But we get to analyze it in detail. We have experts, economists that will give us more about the national budget analysis. How much, we just heard the figures, but we get to dig deeper, which one has been increased, which one has been reduced. Teachers, nurses, kudos up to you. We heard, we saw it, it trended, but we get to verify whether it's true or not. And in allocation of the budget, the CDF is something that we get to talk about as well.
Yes. Like Henry has said, we share different segments on Lumen Morning Diary. We get to share even the sports segment for those sports lovers. That's why we encourage you to stay glued and watch this Lumen Morning Diary. Yes, we don't forget to share what is trending. Our dear viewers, we also encourage you to also share that story that is trending in your community by simply texting us using the numbers that will soon show on your screen. Or better still, you can give us a direct call and contribute to the topic of focus. I think for now, we'll dive into the newspaper picks and see what is trending in the newspapers.
The trends in the newspaper, the mass newspaper. Stop abducting citizens. UPND abducted and tortured a PF member, left him for dead, Lubinda. The rampant abduction perpetrated by the UPND for national development should be a serious concern for all Zambians, Tonse Alliance acting chairperson Given Lubinda. This story continues on page 3.
And in the Zambia Daily Mail newspaper, the headline, government unveils 253 billion budget, 253 billion kwacha budget. Ministry of Finance and National Planning, Stumbeko Msokotwani, yesterday presented the 253.1 billion national budget for 2026, presenting a 16.6% increase from the 217.1 billion approved in 2025, with a strong emphasis on domestic resource mobilization.
Back to the mast. It's 6 hours of power, not 10 hours. Zesco.
Oh.
Story continues on page 3.
Okay, and another story in the Zambia Daily Mail newspaper. 3 women nabbed with 97,500 fake bills. Police in Lusaka have apprehended 3 female suspects for being in possession of 500 notes amounting to 97,500 kwacha after one of them attempted to buy beer using a 500 fake note at a liquor store in Matero.
It can only be in Matero.
It can only be in Matero.
South farmers receive 2026 FISIP inputs. Smallholders farmers in Monze district in Southern Province who have made their 400 kwacha contribution have started accessing inputs under the Farmer Input Support Program FISIP for the 2025-2026 agriculture season. This story is on page 2 in the Mass newspaper.
Another story, 17-year-old strangles man 30 over beer. A 30-year-old man of Nakonde district has been strangled allegedly by a 17-year-old juvenile in a fight over beer.
Some story is mad.
Henry, you want to comment something on this one?
Beer.
Beer.
What beer can
What
do?
beer can do?
We need to confront tribalism before it tears us apart. Catholic priest Father Gladson Piri has ensured sobering observation. Tribalism in Zambia has reached a point where it is being practiced openly, even within the church. His remarks should serve as a wake-up call for every citizen, particularly those in positions of influence, because they touch on an uncomfortable truth many would rather avoid. This story is on page 4 in the Mass newspaper.
A 24-year-old man of Chikankata has ended his life by consuming a poisonous substance after his stepmother threatened to report him to the police for verbally abusing her. Well, such a very sad story there. I know we have a lot of stories in the Zambia Daily Mail newspaper that we can share, but these are some of the few stories that we can actually share with you. We know we have also other stories that are actually trending on social media that we've heard of.
Okay. So I dive into the trends on social media, though I have to get this one on paper. I don't know if you guys are aware, because it's sports actually. Faz happy with Barbara's Ballon d'Or ranking.
Okay.
Yeah. So the Ballon d'Ors are awards that are given to these sportsmen, the footballers. So actually Barbara came out 14th this year.
Oh.
When we say 14th, we mean every footballer in the world, not just in Africa. Yes, so there are 30 that are nominated, and she came out 14th.
Oh. Oh,
Very interesting.
very interesting. Barbara is actually putting up or lifting Zambia's flag higher.
Though this year she's actually gone higher. Last year she was 12th.
Oh,
All right.
okay.
Which is very much important and interesting. So far, our dearest viewers, those that are watching us through the television, you can also go on Facebook, Lumen TVZ, share the page, and also you can comment on the page for now, comment on what you've heard so far. General and Alice just talked about the murder cases, Barbara Banda, and also you can also share with us what's trending in your community just now.
Also shared, I wanted to share this story of the 3 women from Lusaka that have been apprehended for being in possession of the 500 notes amounting to 97,500 kwacha fake notes. These women, it can only happen in material. Of course, we've had a lot of stories that are happening in material when it comes to having fake things.
Yeah, I think even everywhere else, those that are thinking of faking things, do not fake it. Be real. Be content with what you have. This can happen and it can happen anywhere else. You'll be caught, and when you are found wanting, the consequences are not what you think they are. This time around, things are very tough when it comes to consequences. You'll be put behind bars. You leave the family in trouble.
And you know what really hates is, we might talk about these women having fake notes, being in possession with fake notes. It really hates you. Imagine you get to find out that you have a fake 500. Because I've seen people that are actually crying, no, manani pasa 20 kwacha ya fake has changed without knowing. This is why whenever they are changing the notes, we are told to carefully check which one is an original note and which one is a fake note. Banja kadi yama bus kumankara wakwera bus 20 hours. You can't have time kwambo checking angakasi ukaripo bino you get.
Yeah. So unfortunate.
And then the other story, we had read it in the papers, Henry. This has been Henry's favorite story this week because he kept mentioning me everywhere. The one that Zesco is saying, it's supplying 6 hours of power, not 10 to 15 hours. Like we were told by our humble minister to say, Makombo nyumtina power for 15 hours.
Honorable members. Honorable member for Tamba Valley. Let me just put it that way. Honorable member for Tamba Valley. I think this was on a spot this week. The VR was able to show us the both sides of the coin. Our dearest viewers, please, let's ensure that, did you watch that one? Let us know if you watched it. We can interact together and do the molomolistics together as we are on the trend.
Him wrong.
Yes.
All right.
All right. And yes, we'd love to hear. Maybe there are other places that are actually experiencing that 15 hours
Of power.
Let us know. Share with us. We want to know. But it's a quite kudibe.
How nice 6 miles could he be manzini.
And I'll be glad to hear the location of the 2026 national budget. Is the energy in place? What do we expect? Our dear viewers, the phone lines are open. You can share your views so far on the budget. What have you heard? What are you? I'm sure we've been anticipating, waiting patiently to know what will come out in the national budget. Now it is out. No reverse or gear. But now, that one that is talking about 6 hours of power, we had 10 hours of power.
15 hours.
Alice and General had 15 hours of power. But it was from 10 to 15 hours. Not 15 hours. That one really trended, and it's out there on social media.
Especially that we're talking about load shedding. This is
and it's one thing that has actually
made
people furious.
Yes, because
You know, even the 6 hours that ZESCO has actually said that they're supplying power for 6 hours, it's not really true. Not every area is experiencing that 6 hours.
I know we can actually talk about a lot of things, the trains and all. We want to hear from you, our dear viewers. Share with us what is trending in your area. Lumen Morning Diary is here for you. For now, we go on a short break. We'll be right back. Don't change the channel.
Welcome back, our dearest viewers. You're still watching Lumen Morning Diary. Right up now, we've been joined by Mr. James Chamnorwa, Senior Economist Member from the Economic Association of Zambia, EAZ. Good morning, sir, and welcome to the program.
Thank you very much. Good morning, I'm happy to be here.
All right. So we are here to analyze the national budget. Of course, not forgetting that we are still analyzing with you, our dearest viewers. Stay glued to the channel, and you can also comment on the national budget, which we'll be talking about with our special guest here, who happens to be an expert where economics are concerned. We're talking about the issue of numbers. Numbers don't lie. So this is something that I've heard several times. Mr. James, looking at Zambia unveiled 253.1 billion 2026 budget, said drive and growth sustainability by Finance and National Planning Minister Dr. Stumbe Komsoko-Twane. They presented 253.1 billion proposed national budget for 2026 is an increase of 36 billion from 2025 allocation, which was 217.1 billion. So looking at the difference between 2025 and the 2026 proposed national budget, can you say there is something good for the development of Zambia and well-being of Zambians with this budget?
Well, this budget continues on what has been built up in the last 4 years. What I can say is that we're still not yet over the hill. We're still grappling with a lot of problems, and we still need to see some growth in there. The association itself had predicted that the increment in the budget will be actually much more than what is there. We had predicted an increment of 72 billion, which is an equivalent of about $3 billion US dollars. What we can see is that some sectors have been taken care of, like health. There's an extra expenditure there because of the withdrawal of international support in that sector. Although some social spending has basically remained the same or slightly lower than what was allocated last year. Last year, remember, we had the drought, so a bit more was allocated. So basically, we've gone back to levels like the pre-drought levels on expenditures on the social sector. And then there's some increments in the economic sector. For example, in agriculture, some expenditure on mining, especially with the artisanal sectors. We've also received some incentives when it comes to taxes. The tax threshold, their turnover tax threshold has been increased from 800,000 to 5 million kwacha. And they've also received some tax incentive on the minimum threshold, the tax-free level of 2,500, which is also applicable to rental tax as well now.
Okay. Just to find out, Mr. Chamnolwa, what specific positives can you draw for the Zambians who have been gripping with high cost of living coupled with the West load shedding experienced from the proposed budget?
Well, the main thing that we can draw from this, or from the other parts that the Minister of Finance mentioned, is that we're managing to stabilize inflation. Inflation is being stabilized, so we expect to see much more stable prices. There's also a predicted increase in copper production. As you know, copper is our main forex earner in this country. So once we get to say 1 million, the predicted 1 million tons of copper exports, we expect to see a much more stable exchange rate, so that we have less of what we call imported inflation. You know, when the exchange rate is weak, we usually have a price increment from imports. So with the increased copper production, we expect to see some stability there.
Okay.
All right. Does this budget themed consolidating economic and social gains towards a prosperous, resilient, and equitable Zambia inspire an economic stable that can be felt by the common people?
Like I've mentioned earlier on, we've got everything. The budget aims to continue with a tight fiscal monetary policy in order to reduce the inflation rates and the exchange rate that I've already alluded to. We've also got a continuation of the social sector spending. As you know, Zambia's the poverty levels in Zambia are at 64% right now, meaning about 12 million people are living in poverty or living on less than $2.15 to $2.15 US dollars per day. So the social cash we've seen an increment in the social cash transfers and food security packs as well, and the other expenditures from the Ministry of Community Development. And also, okay, there will be some more employment for teachers. 3,500 new teachers are supposed to be employed. We've also got 2,000 healthcare workers who are supposed to be employed in there. Although a worrying fact is that we've seen a reduction in agriculture spending, mainly in the Farmers Inputs Support Program. As you know, Zambia's main employer is the agriculture sector, so would have loved to see a higher expenditure there, so to cater for the employment in that sector. Although there are also some other gains like climate resilient support, whereby the government is expanding on the number of dams being built and the number of dams being maintained, so that we're more climate resilient. Next time we're faced with a drought, we can survive it much better than what happened the last time.
Okay. Talking about CDF, CDF has been increased from 36.1 to 40 million kwacha. What do you make of this?
Well, the main problem, we have with the CDF is that there's this sort of lack of transparency in it. We look at the figures have been growing since 2022, although we don't get enough feedback or a dashboard, let's say a national dashboard, to see where the money is actually being spent. If loans, we've heard of complaints of loans not being paid back. So what we need is more feedback and we've also had the talk of the uptake not being as it is intended to. Although the only beauty with the CDF is that if you are located, CDF constituencies are located in a particular year, there's a carryover of the amount. The money doesn't go back to the treasury. So if you don't finish your allocation in a year, you are able to continue spending it in the following year. So we need more information on CDF exactly, and see exactly which constituencies are not doing well and which ones are performing, and what exactly they are doing. We've seen a lot of classroom blocks being built, expansion in a lot of desks being supplied, but it would be nice if there was more information with regards to CDF.
All right, the UPND government continues to prioritize employment of teachers and health workers at the expenses of other sectors like agriculture, which must be the hub of our sluggish economy. What do you make of this?
The minister did mention that there's been some employment in the extension services. Extension services are what give support to farmers. For example, a good example that I heard yesterday while we were analyzing the budget is that you find that in some places people demand the same type of fertilizer and inputs all the time, but yet, without looking at exactly what that type of soil, where they are needs. So there's been an increase in the number of extension workers being employed. There's also been a continuation of the farmer input support program in the same sector as is going to continue. Although it would be nice if there was actually some more expenditure. Looking at the amount of mechanization that is needed to increase productivity in the sector, in the agriculture sector, and we've also seen support for the climate resilience supply of water, which I alluded to earlier on.
Finally, Mr. Chamnoloa, what will be your submission to the government as ECZ regarding the proposed budget?
All right. We, like I said, mentioned at the beginning of when I came on, is that we had expected to see more expenditure. We also expect to see more expenditure, especially in the social sector, looking at the number of people living below the poverty, living in poverty. We've got almost about 12.8, somewhere there, billion people living in poverty. And then social cash transfers only currently are supporting 1.3 million households, and this will only be increased by, I say, about 100,000 more households, which means still covering only about 8.4 million people. So we still have a gap in the social sector expenditure. Some positives are that I'm sure there's something brewing somewhere, because the government has also, the minister mentioned that has put in the budget to reduce duty on cars that are cars that are imported in parts. Okay, so what that points to is that we probably going to see some car assembly in tractors, trucks, and motor vehicles, electric vehicles, and so on, which will provide some employment in the manufacturing sector. He also mentioned that the manufacturing sector has also been growing. As you know, we've got the economic zones in various parts of the country. We've got a ballooning employment in there. For example, the Lusaka multi-facility economic zone only had about 264 million investment about 4 years ago. Right now it's sitting over a billion and employing over 20,000 people. So, like somebody mentioned, this is the budget is more concentrated on improving the manufacturing sector, and of course continuing with the mining sector, especially in the artisanal sector. We have the tax incentives I mentioned earlier, and then there will be some expenditure as well to try and improve the capacity of artisanal mining. There's about 400 million allocated, which wasn't allocated to artisanal mining in the previous budget.
All right, thank you very much. Before you go, let's just go through the reaction of people over the CDF increase to 40 million per constituency from 36.1, which was increased to 3.9 million per constituency. And people have actually reacted in this way. There is this one, Fitzi, who reacted, say, CDF is a good initiative, but we only see it on paper. The other reaction is that this one is from Torias Tafadzwa Lungu, who went on and reacted, saying, so that they can only buy more police cars and ambulances. This one also, but the issue is going like this. It keeps on going. Yeah, on remaining 10 months. Or else people are counting. So the CDF thing, as you've put it, do you think it has brought more good than harm?
Okay, there's some good in there. Obviously, you've got the bursaries for children in boarding schools, the extra classroom blocks being built. Some constituencies you may have seen some reports of them improving their roads, buying graders for their roads and things like that. And then, like I mentioned, we have those areas where loans are given out and are not being paid back. So CDF, like I said, still needs, we need a lot of information on it.
All right.
We need a proper dashboard where we can actually gauge what is happening in there and analyze what is happening. What is happening in CDF.
All right, thank you very much, our dearest viewers. That has been Mr. James Chamnoloa, Senior Economist Member, who has given us more insight on the budget analysis. Stay tuned. You're still watching Morning Lumen Diary.
Welcome back. Yes, you're watching Lumen Morning Diary as we are celebrating the Insurance Week. Right about now, we've just been joined by Mr. David Kandongo Chief Executive Officer of Veritas General Insurance. I hope I've pronounced your name correctly.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is correct.
Okay. Good to have you on Lumen Morning Diary.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah,
Yes.
good morning, sir.
Good morning. Thank you.
We have been observing Insurance Week that now comes to the conclusion. But before you help us appreciate what Insurance Week is, Mr. Kadongo, for those just hearing about Veritas Insurance, tell us what or who Veritas General Insurance are.
Okay, thank you so much. Veritas General Insurance is, like the name put, is a general insurance company, I think regulated by the Pensions and Insurance Authority and also the Securities and Exchange Commission. In terms of creation, I think Veritas General Insurance came into existence in 2015, I think January of 2015. So we've been in business the last 10 years. And this is an initiative of the Zambia Conference for Catholic Bishops, ZCCB. So we have seen that the Catholic Church has done pretty well in the education sector, where a number of schools have been built and are being run by the Catholic Church. In a similar manner, we have seen, a number of mission hospitals that are being, run by the church, and a number of hospices as well. And I think an idea came up where the church has got risks that, like any other institution, you have risks that need to be taken care of. And the church thought of coming up with a general insurance company, and that's how Veritas came into life.
Okay. What is Insurance Week and why is the week particularly important?
Okay, so the Insurance Week is basically a week in the insurance calendar that the Insurers Association of Zambia with its partners, like the Insurance Brokers Association, team up for educational purposes. So basically this week is dedicated to teach on insurance, basically. So we go out from institution to institution and just teach on the importance of insurance, especially to the next generation.
Okay. The theme for the Insurance Week has been insurance supporting financial resilience in communities. Kindly explain what this theme entails.
All right. A good example that we'd use to just explain insurance supporting financial resilience in communities is, if we look at the 2023-2024 farming season, as a country we're hit by drought, and the ones that felt the impact the most are the farmers. So you find that a farmer probably has paid for their inputs, the farming inputs, the fertilizers, the seed, and there are no rains. So if for example, they buy crop insurance, they get to be compensated for the financial loss that they would have suffered as a result of that drought that was there or experienced in that particular year. So we, in other words, supporting financial resilience keeps the farmer in the business, because instead of losing out on the financial value that they're putting in that farming season, insurance helps them bounce back the following year, because they'll still have the financial muscle to still probably pay up for the FISI program that is being championed by the government.
Okay.
Sure.
We are still with Mr. David Kadongo. For now, we go on a short break. We'll be right back. back. We are still with Mr. David Kadongo, the Chief Executive Officer of Veritas Insurance. Mr. Kadongo, is there something that Veritas General Insurance has been doing and achieved during this ending of Insurance Week?
Yeah, quite a milestone. We have touched a number of schools. So if you look at the theme, we've done small groupings. We reached out. I think the team yesterday afternoon they were in Chongwe and meeting up some farmers there, just to talk about the products that are available for farmers in their line of business. I think we did good insurance education to the school-going kids. We were at Mary Queen of Peace on Monday. We touched St. Ignatius College. We were at Adrienne Mungandu Boys International College as well. So quite an outlay for Lusaka, but also our branches. I think we saw some videos from Kasumbalesa Secondary School with our teams from the Copper Belt. In Kasama, we saw some movements as well. I think that visited 2-3 schools. In Mongu, we saw that they were visiting some schools as well. So everywhere where we have presence, I think we have gone out, and the message has been to educate people on the importance of insurance.
Well, that's lovely. Briefly, what are some of the policies that Veritas General Insurance offers to the public?
Okay. I think quite a handful. So Veritas offers everything non-life. The meaning of that is anything that is not related to life insurance, Veritas offers, because we're a general insurance. We have a license to trade in the general business or the short-term business. So anything non-life we offer. So we start from your motor insurance, your agriculture insurance, your marine, your insurance bonds, your house owners, householders, your office equipment, contractors, all risk, engineering insurance. The whole wide range of general insurance is offered by Veritas.
Okay. Finally, what is Veritas General Insurance simplest and yet important message on insurance?
All right. So as Veritas General Insurance, first of all, I think we like it that I think a lot of people are getting to know about Veritas General Insurance. So, being Christian, we know that if you had to start the message of Christ, you start from Jerusalem. So we start from internally from the church. I think it's just an appeal to every Catholic, every parishioner to be proud of Veritas General Insurance, because it's faith-based and it's proudly Catholic. So if you have your motor insurance, this coming quarter that is starting, I think, on the 1st of October, I think that's the best time to you can insure it with Veritas General Insurance. I think we're amongst the leading insurance companies when it comes to payment of or settlement of claims. I don't think our regulator has had any issues with Veritas when it comes to payment of claims. I think we stand out. We stand out as one of the insurance companies that pays out claims. So I think that's a big relief. And also, just the fact that we're affiliated to the church, you want to stand for what you believe. Veritas means truth. So we want to stand for the truth, and if it's a valid contract, we are here to say we'll pay it. Sure.
Lovely. I'm glad you've actually emphasized to say you pay out.
Yes.
Because normally I've heard people say, my insurance, it takes time, you get. We have such people that say that. I've heard you've been mentioning to say it touches the Catholics. So does it mean if you're non-Catholic, you cannot be insured under Veritas Insurance?
Not really. I think the fact that it came up as an idea of the Zambia Conference of Catholic Bishops makes it Catholic in itself. But I think the whole idea was to go to the general populace, like in the education sector that we've talked about. We have seen a lot of non-Catholics take their kids to a Catholic school. Why? Because obviously the standards are good, good corporate governance as well. So the same results that have come through from the educational side is what we're trying to replicate on the insurance side. very good corporate governance in the way we do our things, and also the quality of the service that we are providing. I think for the longest time, people haven't known about Veritas, but now we are standing on a hilltop and saying we are ready to do business, and we do it at a certain level of quality. Yeah.
Okay. Well, Mr. Kadongo, it's been a pleasure having you on Lumen Morning Diary.
Thank you for having me.
Yes.
Sure.
Well, that was Mr. David Kadongo, the Chief Executive Officer of Veritas General Insurance. For now, we go on a break. We'll be right back.
Welcome back. In case you have just joined us, we're now in the sports segment on the Lumen Morning Diary, and I have been joined by Eugene, who's here to analyze the EPL actions that we had last week and what we're going to have this week. Good morning, Eugene, and welcome.
Good morning, General. It's good to be on Lumen Morning Diary once again to give the people the updates on what is going on in the sports world. This is the most interesting part.
And this is my favorite segment.
You know, sports brings us together.
Exactly.
You know, it makes us happy today. Everyone is waiting to know what is going to happen in the games. Those who are in the betting also, take 1 or 2 things. But just, you know, a wrap-up of what happened last week in the English Premier League. We have started with the English Premier League today. Liverpool they beat Everton by 2-1. Then we had Brighton drawing with the Tottenham with 2-2. Then we had Wolves, you know, being beaten by Leeds United 3-1.
Wolves are having a bad season.
Yeah,
Trust me.
indeed,
Even if it's
indeed.
5 games that have been played.
I think they have lost all the 5 games they have played so far. So we are yet to find out.
Yeah.
Maybe this week they are going to bring out something better. So we have got Burnley also drawing with Nottingham Forest 1-1. We had West Ham, you know, beaten by Crystal Palace by 2-1. And remember, Crystal Palace, they are playing today. So we have Manchester United, you know, beating Chelsea.
Batimba.
This one, I know, General, you are Manchester United. Just tell us, how are you feeling about this game? Because, you
Trust me, this game was so nice. And before we actually watched this game, I had told most of my friends to say Manchester United is going to beat Chelsea. And I actually made physical bets with them, and I actually won something out of my friends.
Yeah, so you see, people are saying, you know, Chelsea, they now have a good team, they've got quality of players. But to me, I think this is not working out because, you know, Chelsea is not doing really well.
Do you know what I always say? Chelsea might be a lion in a season where Chelsea is doing very good. It might be a lion to other teams, but it will always be a cat when it comes to Manchester United.
Okay, we are yet to find out what the Chelsea fans are saying by now. Then Fulham beat Brentford by 3-1. Then Bournemouth, you know, they came out 0-0 with Newcastle. Then we had Sunderland again, drawing 1-1 with Aston Villa. Then Arsenal and Man City again, it was the same. It was 1-1.
Well, I think a quick review on Aston Villa. You know, Aston Villa is one of the good teams that we've been having in the past 2 seasons.
Yeah.
They've been doing very fine. It's so sad that the Aston Villa that used to scare most of these big teams,
yes,
is actually not having a good season.
Yeah. Anyway, people are saying the season
has just begun.
Yeah,
but
so,
trust me, Liverpool has won all their first games. You see?
We have won our 5 games so far. So it's 5 out of 5. Don't say total. So Brentford today is up against Manchester United. You see, so this one is the first one we are going to have at 13:30. Then we have Chelsea against Brighton again. So we will see. We are waiting to see what Chelsea is going to do against Brighton.
I think Chelsea will win.
It is at 16 hours. Are you sure?
I think Chelsea will
Let's
win.
wait to see. Then we have Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace is playing against the defending champions, the Liverpool. So who knows? Maybe it will be 6 out of 6 today. Yeah, and you know Crystal Palace is at home. So we are going we ask Crystal Palace to be very strong because we are not going to be easy at them.
And you can't underestimate Crystal Palace.
Yeah, no, and we are having a hiccup in our team where we saw Ekitike being given a red card in the previous game. So today he's not going to play. Obviously we are going to see Alexander Isak to start the game. And he showed us that he can do it in the last game that we played in the Carabao by scoring that wonderful goal. From that time, we are also going to have, at the same time, at 16 hours, we are going to have Leeds United playing Bournemouth. Then we'll have Man City playing Burnley. Then we have Nottingham Forest, which will be playing Sunderland at 16:30 hours. Yes. Then Tottenham, 21 hours, is going to be playing Wolves.
Okay.
Yeah, this one.
It's I think I gave the 3 points to Tottenham.
Yeah, this one. Let me not say automatically because they have not played, but from the look of things, from the way these teams are playing, unless if Tottenham, makes a mistake.
Exactly.
Yeah. Then we have tomorrow. Tomorrow I have got Newcastle. Newcastle will be playing Arsenal tomorrow. I remember that at the time we were playing Newcastle. You see, the Arsenal fans, they said Newcastle is not a team to play with, so Newcastle is going to beat you. But we managed to do likewise.
Looking at Isak's move to Liverpool, so do you think Newcastle might beat Arsenal?
This one, yes, it's very much possible.
Oh yeah, because we still have the Jolinton.
Yeah. Looking at because Newcastle have got a very good standard of play. They are very good in terms of creating chances, and it is a team that you cannot underrate, especially when it comes to goal shooting.
Yeah, because I remember, I'll take it to UEFA last week when they played Barcelona. They really had a good game.
You see, this is what Newcastle is known for. So it is not a team that Arsenal should underrate and say, no, we can beat Newcastle easily. Newcastle can easily create chances and score, and they're also very good at defending. So who knows? This is a 50-50 game where anything can happen. Yes. So we also have tomorrow. This game will be tomorrow. Tomorrow again at 15, we also have Aston Villa playing Fulham. Yeah. So on Monday, Everton is going to be playing West Ham. So quickly, I know we are running out of time. General, let's go to our very own league, the Zambia Premier League.
Zanako beating Kana last weekend.
So yeah, last weekend, yes. But we also have Konkola Blades. You know, these were the games that were played yesterday. Konkola Blades beat. They came draw with Nkana, which was 0-0. Then Mtondo Stars, beat Nkwazi by 1-0. Then we have got the mighty Mfrira Wanderers drawing with Kansanshi Dynamos 0-0. So on the upcoming fixtures this week, I won't even mention the time and the dates due to time. We have got Red Arrows who will be playing my team, Musa. You see? Then we have got Buffaloes who will be playing Napsa. Zanako will be playing the Cabo Warriors. Then Green Eagles will be playing the Prison Leopards. Then Mines United will be against Inchanga. Power will be playing. This game has been postponed, where Power Dynamos was supposed to play Zisco United.
Wow.
Yes.
I guess it's a weekend full of games.
Indeed,
And
indeed.
As soccer fans, we're so bored when we have a weekend that doesn't have games.
Yeah. So today it's a busy game. Let me not forget to mention this one. We also have our very own women, playing the return leg, the under 20, to play Burundi in the second leg of the FIFA World Cup qualifier. This game is today.
Wish them all the best, and we'll root for them.
Levi Mwanawasa Stadium, there in Ndola. That's where this game is going to be played. So wherever you are watching from, make sure that you find some time to go to Levi Mwanawasa Stadium and support our very own team as they take on Burundi. They managed to win in a almost drew game 2-1 right there in Burundi. So we hope today it will be a different game. But my prediction for this game is Zambia beating Burundi by 3-0.
Wow, that's a very nice prediction. And Vakopala, I trust you. You guys can watch football. So let's support our ladies as they take on Burundi today.
Yeah.
Well, I think this is a wrap. We'll now take a short break. We'll be right back.
Welcome back, our dearest viewers. I'm sure you've heard it for yourself where football is concerned, as well as our topic of focus. It has been very wonderful to have you alongside, especially enjoying the show.
Yes. Yes.
And I'm sure our viewers have gotten to learn about the insurances that Veritas General Insurance offers. Mafamas Mandela. Go there, they'll explain to you in details.
Yes, we celebrated the week of insurance with them. That's the reason why we had a Veritas General Insurance. And of course, a Lumen Morning Diary is never the same if we don't share what is trending on social media and what the newspaper picks has for us. Thank you for tuning into Lumen TV and for watching Lumen Morning Diary. Remember, this program is open for sponsorship. We want to hear from you. Come and sponsor Lumen Morning Diary. From us, it's bye-bye.